Hello, I am Dan Stapleton, and with me is Vince and Janito.
Hello, Dan. How are you?
And with us, I'm well. And with us is XCOM Enemy Within.
Excellent.
Right here, it looks very much like XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Mm-hmm.
But with one important difference.
What is that?
Can you spot the difference, Vince?
Robots?
Well, there are no robots in this image.
We have a new resource called Mold. I mean, that's not Mold. It's Meld.
Yeah, we got to get the whole base checked for black Meld.
What else is different, Daniel?
They've got two new buildings. There are two new buildings that you can build.
That's right.
That's a little new right there. But let's see. Right here is where the new stuff is. You got a cybernetics lab and a genetics lab. That's the only thing that's really changed on the base building area.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, Dr. Shen. Shut up.
Shen?
Go away. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's the only thing that's really changed there.
But what do those do? What do those changes do for us when we're outside of our base? Well,
when we're on the when we're on the base building level, it just changes the how you would lay out your base.
Sure,
right?
Absolutely.
Because I don't know about you, but I had a very established sequence of where I would put things. I would change it for when there was a steam vent, so you can build a thermo generator. But other than that, I had a very established sequence of things, or placement of things I would do.
Yeah, you need your adjacency bonuses to all work out, and
like
then the two new buildings actually work with the existing adjacency bonuses. I believe it's the cybernetics lab works along with the.
I think that's the workshop.
And the workshop, right?
And the genetics lab works with the laboratory.
Mm-hmm, right.
I did not do that here, but anyway. So that's the only real change to this part. So the interesting parts begin when you go into those.
Yes,
so
do it.
We can make ourselves a mech soldier.
We have the technology, Dan.
Right. So I've got here. I'm a few months into the game. I've got one colonel there. I like to name my characters after Hollywood actors.
Excellent.
And their nickname are
wow, Julia Stiles is holding it down as a heavy. I respect that.
Yeah. So should we make Julia Stiles into a mech?
We are making a mech of Julia Stiles right now.
She's like Barbara Streisand except Julia Stiles. All right.
Do it.
Right. So what happens when you do this? And you do this after you get the cybernetics factory. You get to convert one of your existing guys into a mech trooper.
Is it just one? You only have one?
You can do as many as you want. As many as you have Meld to pay for.
Gotcha.
And this is Meld. That's a resource that you collect on the battlefield, and we'll show you that in a minute.
Sure.
But each class, it gets a special ability. So like a heavy, Julia Stiles is a heavy.
Of course she is.
She gets this innate ability. The nearest visible enemy suffers a -20 aim and cannot critically hit this unit, which is very handy.
Wow, yeah.
Because mechs are huge targets. They're sturdy, but they are hard to miss. So that's handy. I'll just show you what a sniper would be. A sniper would get an extra bonus to aim and critical chance if they fire before they move.
Excellent.
And
that reminds me of like Warhammer 40K tabletop stuff.
Assault.
Pretty neat.
Assault, they take less damage if they're up close and personal, which is also kind of handy because the mech has that power fist ability.
Yeah, you want to get up close anyway. Absolutely.
That does some good damage.
Cool.
But it's also very risky.
Sure.
And let's see.
It's an expensive unit. What happens if it gets damaged? Then how do you? What do you do about it?
Well, you can repair it with the health kit. We'll get to that part when we get on the battlefield.
Cool.
Don't
All right.
worry.
Getting ahead of myself.
You're getting way ahead of us. All right. So and the distortion field for the support guys gives nearby allies cover with +10 defense.
Oh, sweet.
So we're gonna make mecha styles here.
Mecha styles.
Yep. Augment soldier. So this will take 3 days, and because we don't care what happens in this save game, I'm not saving progress on this one. We're just going to ignore anything that happens between now and then.
Dan just confirmed that he does not care about humanity at all.
Pretty much,
all he cares about is Mecha Julia Stiles.
In it for number one here, man. All right, so now we're watching as
Mecha Styles be born.
Yeah, so they basically amputated her entire body. Like, it seems excessive, honestly. Like
yeah, that's a little crazier than I thought it would be. Basically, it's a robot with her head on top of it.
Right. So she's had some work done.
You might say that.
Yeah, those Hollywood starlets these days are going to do extremes to maintain that youthful look.
Yeah, this is all the rage with the celebritants.
Yeah. So they don't go out into battle like that. They go out wearing one of these, the big ass metal suit.
So they're a robot within a robot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, especially since they're just plugging him into a big suit anyway. It's like, why do you have to cut off their arms and legs? I don't know. Anyway, but I think the idea there is that, like, oh my God, we're making big sacrifices in order to fight the aliens. So
yeah, technology is evil, yada yada, all that stuff.
So yeah, it cost us 10 meld to make that alteration, let's call it, and now it's going to cost us another 40 meld to make a suit. Because without that you got nothing.
Right.
So
of course.
Mechs are pretty expensive meld wise, so we can upgrade her into a classy mech. This is the kinetic strike module. It's the power fist thing.
Sure.
The flamethrower is also pretty badass. I don't know if you played with that at all.
I haven't. That would be interesting to see. What do you think works best for the heavy special ability?
The heavy is I'm trying to remember what it was again. Oh yeah, that's just the closest enemy can't shoot it. So. They're both close range abilities.
Right. So either one is going to be pretty synergistic with it then. Right.
So the kinetic strike module you have to be adjacent to the enemy to do the damage. Actually, this one is more fun. I've got to say.
Okay, then we're going for maximum fun.
Yeah, they're both very, very useful. Let's see. I think can we upgrade?
Mecha Styles exists for our pleasure and our amusement.
Yeah. So we can upgrade her to a level 2 mech, which is a Sentinel. And you can get a grenade launcher or a healing ability for surrounding troops, so it can be more of a support role.
Wow.
I like the grenade launcher.
I was going to say, grenade launcher sounds like a lot more fun for our purposes.
All right. So, and that procedure cost us pretty much all of our meld.
Wow, yeah. That was not cheap.
No. All right. But let's show you real quick the Gene Lab. So let's see. We can take any of these guys. I've upgraded this guy pretty heavily. He's a sniper. Wait, no, sorry. He's assault. Derp. He's an assault guy. So this one I get a lot of use out of hyperreactive pupils. It makes it so if you miss, your next shot is plus 10 aim.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's great. I think that's got to be great. Also on a heavy with bullet storm where they get the 2 shots. That's got to be great.
Yeah, and that way you're pretty much guaranteed to hit.
Yeah.
Well, guaranteed is a strong word.
Right.
Nothing is guaranteed. You can miss 95%
right.
shots. But I actually rarely use this depth perception. But it's actually a great complement to muscle fiber density, which lets you jump up anywhere without a ladder or anything like that.
Beautiful.
Or a pipe.
So you don't need to have the skeleton suit?
Right. It
makes has the hook in it?
It makes you super mobile. Like
Sweet.
You can go much further effectively because you can go over anything. We've also got this one where anytime he gets a kill, he gives any soldier around him a buff temporarily.
Oh, nice.
And the alternative here is this is actually this secondary heart has replaced the "Don't Die on Me" upgrade in the officer barracks.
Is that so that the officer barracks doesn't have that anymore?
Yeah, they took that away.
Okay.
They've got a couple new ones in there actually. Or I think just one new one. But so this makes it so instead so that when your guy gets killed, basically he doesn't die. He goes down for 5 turns, and you can get there and save him within 5 turns instead of the normal 3.
There's a lot of powerful stuff here. Like, it seems like you could make a pretty tough squad. Do they ramp up the challenge at all to kind of compensate for that?
A little bit. I mean, they've got mechtoids now. We'll show you those.
Sure. Show me.
This one is good for the other enemy, the Seekers, which like somebody who has this upgrade can spot at any stealthed Seeker around, which is a big help. And he can actually also see. He can basically detect enemies through walls.
Oh wow!
He doesn't know what kind of enemy they are, but I'll show you that later.
But yeah, just seeing that there's something there like makes a big difference in this game. Like you never want the more like information is such a premium in this game. You always want to know where you're going and what's happening around you.
You don't get taken by surprise as much.
Right.
And this one is actually really badass. I think I've got another guy with this, but I'll show you. It's basically a chameleon skin kind of thing where conditionally you get stealth pretty much as you want. And it's actually, let's see.
Is that the one where you, if you move to partial cover, you have stealth?
Right. So this guy is a high-ranking sniper. He's not quite max rank yet, which is going to be a key feature for using this one because you have to be in full cover to get this stealth bonus. And if you're a sniper or a high-ranking sniper like Chris Hemsworth here,
like Thor,
Star of Thor, you get the upgrade. It's
the one that allows that partial cover to count as full.
Yeah, any cover counts as full cover.
Right.
But so any cover he goes to, he's stealthed.
That's so sick.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into a.
Yeah, let's kill some aliens and other things that might that might be about.
All right, so, these are the other things that you were mentioning. This is an Exalt mission. We played one of these for a preview last time, so I think I'm actually going to skip this one.
Yeah, skip it. I mean, who cares about the United States? It'll be fine.
So one thing I found about the Exalt missions, though, is they give you... Oh, here we go. Let's see. They give you more opportunities to... Oh, you know what? I actually can't do this one. Sorry.
We're ignoring everybody.
Yep, I'm not allowed to do that one. All right, here we go.
There we go. Do it.
All right. So, the Exalt missions give you more opportunities to reduce panic. So I have had less cause to launch satellites, basically, or less need to launch them in a pinch. So
didn't you tell me that you made your first ever run without losing a country the other day?
Well, it's so far.
Right.
So here are all of the upgrades that a mech soldier gets. So by default, she gets collateral damage, and I'll show you that one. But then you got a bunch of options here, like Overwatch no longer suffers any aim penalty versus 15 defense when you're on Overwatch, which is pretty. They're both pretty handy, and I kind of like that one because mechs again are big targets. Damage control. This one's pretty good because when a mech starts taking damage, it's bad news. Like you can lose a mech pretty easily.
Yeah, and after making that big investment, you don't want to do that.
Right. If though you have satellite coverage over South America, which in this version in Enemy Within is so much better than it was in Enemy Unknown. Like so much better.
Yeah, it wasn't a great option before.
Right, but this way it gives you access to like all of the autopsies right away, and that unlocks so much more. But in this particular case, any target that's been autopsied, you do 2 more damage to. So let's go ahead and
sick.
do that.
Wow, that's really nice. This is like a whole other class. It's not just like an augmentation for like that gives you like an additional one ability or something. This is an entirely new skill tree.
Right, and the only thing that carries over is that
one bonus
stat. Yeah.
Right.
So let's see. We've got. Let's see. This one. I actually haven't gotten much use out of this one, but let's try it for this one. But it allows the mech to become cover.
Oh, sick! That's kind of like the little bots, the little sentry bots that you could have before. You could have them count as a cover point.
Right. This one, repair servos, is an auto repair. It's very similar to the gene mod, which is enhanced bone marrow, which heals you. Points.
Yeah, and allows you to recover faster from injury outside of missions.
Right. And again, I can't like mechs are really hard to keep alive. This one, expanded storage, gives you an extra item, which is it's okay. I'd much rather have this. It'll keep my mech alive. All right, and we can't do major kernel levels yet. But
we must kill things so that she can reach those other levels.
All right, so let's make sure she's wearing her suit. That ass.
We got Styles 209 over here.
Oh, I forgot to I got to build a gun. So she's got the chain gun by default, and that's pretty good. Let me go back and build us a better gun because we can't go into battle with just a pretty big gun.
Nah, that's for posers.
Well, you know what?
Halfway measures are not for us, Dan Stapleton.
Maybe it's too early to build that. Okay. Well. Oh wait, no, railgun. There it is.
Yes, I was gonna say the masses have made this demand. We need to appease them.
I need to sell off some stuff.
Do whatever has to be done. Yeah, sell corpses.
Pay no attention to the very red board here. I'm not actually that bad. We just skipped a bunch of stuff to get to the point where I could show you this because my save game was not in the best place.
This is how much more we care about you than the people of the world, folks.
That's right. All right.
We're letting the world go to hell in a handbasket so that we can build you a rail cannon.
Oh, forgot to build it.
Whoops.
Engineering, build by item, railgun. Railgun, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, it's fancy. Got to send Julia out there in her Sunday best. All right. Oops, that's George K. That's the wrong person. Oh, my. All right, now we're talking.
All right. And that's some serious hardware.
And let's give her a spiffy helmet because that's most of where.
Give her a top hat.
I like this one. This is very RoboCop. You can of course change the color. They've got a couple of
That is very RoboCop, but I was hoping for the Dick Tracy fedora look. That might have been one way to do it.
That one is actually a pre-order bonus.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's their one acknowledgement that XCOM or XCOM Declassified, the bureau that actually exists. There's no other tie-in. All right, so she's ready to go. I haven't renamed her, so screw that. Let's bring in Harrison Ford. He's got the hat. I put the hat on him.
Yeah, excellent.
Yep. All right, are we ready?
So we got Indiana Jones. We've got Thor. I think we're ready to go.
We got Sulu.
We got Sulu.
All right.
Mecha Styles.
And also we're Star Trek happy. We've got Zoe Saldana here as well. All right. So this is all the same. So this is a UFO retrieval mission, and that means we will have Meld on the map.
Sweet, yeah. So we can show how that mechanic works.
And like I'm actually pretty happy with Meld so far. Like it seems very gamey and artificial at first. It's like oh there's stuff on the map you have to retrieve now, and it's like yeah that seems a little weird, but the way it pushes you around the map, it makes you tackle the same maps in different ways.
Sure, it gives you an incentive to not just creep along one square at a time and be super cautious, which, of course, when you want to protect your guys, that's how you want to play. But it gives you kind of an incentive to be a little bit more aggressive. So kind of cautious aggression can really pay off because of that. Right. I like that.
Oh, I didn't actually get cover there. That's kind of a glitch.
That's
in the map.
weird.
Well, I think that's kind of a known glitch in that map. But yeah, unfortunately, we pulled a map here that is not new. But there are a lot of new maps. I'm very much enjoying that actually. Oh, here we go. Oh, here Mechtoid.
Ooh,
Sweet.
Mechtoid.
Yep.
He's in Overwatch too.
Yep.
That boy's got lots of hit points.
He does, and he's got a couple of sectoid buddies, and if I allow him to live through this turn, they will almost certainly buff him. Let's do that just to show off, and that will also let me put Chris Hemsworth here into stealth to give you an idea here. So he just went cloaked.
Oh my God! It even sounds like Chris Hemsworth.
He doesn't really do the cheesy Thor accent. All right, so I'm just going to put everybody up here. Okay, so here is our mech trooper. She has
that railgun must have some serious range, I'd imagine.
It's not any longer range than much.
Oh, really?
So, and she has a lot of hit points, but she doesn't use cover. So that can kind of end up.
So they can get focused down pretty badly.
Right. So if you just charge into to a bad situation, that's not going to end well for you. Because they can take hits, but not that many hits.
Sure.
And then they're kind of useless because they are in trouble.
But that's good. You wouldn't want them to be a kind of like a steamrolling unit that just wins the fight for you.
That's true. Okay, so right here we have that shield on him, right? That's what happens instead of the sectoid mind meld or mind merge rather. So now he's got 6 extra hit points that you have to burn through. Yep. I do find that the mechtoids are a little bit weird about shooting at you. Like they are much more prone to coming at you, like moving twice than they are to shooting at you, which is kind of weird. But it feels kind of like a gift sometimes. Okay, so let me show you the new assault guy ability here.
Yeah.
This let's see what it's called. It's called close and personal. So they just revamped close and personal. Now. Whenever you're within 4 squares of an alien, your first shot is free.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
So,
whereas before, it just would automatically take a shot. Is that right? How did that work before?
No, that's close combat specialist.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he shot him, and now I get to shoot him again.
Oh, that's beautiful. And then you can move afterwards.
Yeah.
You
can't move afterwards, no.
All right, that's a different upgrade where you can fire. That's Bulletstorm, where you can fire first, and then it doesn't end your turn.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've still got run and gun, still got rapid fire, which is super useful. You can't combine rapid fire and that one because that would be a bit much.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
But yeah, so I burned through a shield, and now let's go up the. Oh darn, so close. Okay, well I'm gonna let him live through this turn, and possibly at great cost to my men.
I was gonna say that assault's not gonna be too happy about that decision.
Nope. Sorry, Harrison Ford. I think he'll live. I think he's got plenty of hit points.
Indy, cover your heart.
Well, no, actually, he's in trouble. Let's see. He may or may not live through this. Okay. Well, let's hit him with a shredder rocket. And,
Isn't that going to hurt your guy too?
Not if I position it right, like that. Well, I don't want to destroy his cover though.
Well, I would say.
Oh well.
I would say if that thing doesn't get killed by the end of this turn, that cover's not going to be much anyway.
Huh, that's weird. I should have a line of sight on them. I have to say I haven't had many bugs in so far in Enemy Within. The most noticeable one has been like when I switch to a pistol. Like oftentimes they will show an animation where they're treating their sniper rifle or something like a pistol. That's
so they do like the sniper rifle animation with the pistol.
No, they have the other way around. They do the pistol animation with the sniper rifle.
Oh.
But I haven't had any of the dreaded like teleporting aliens.
Oh, that's good.
But
yeah, that was a pain. I ran into that one once or twice. You played more of this game than I mean, I played. Don't get me wrong. I played 70 hours of Enemy Unknown. But you've got over 200 hours.
Over 200 hours.
That's crazy.
And
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually not counting my time on the review build.
Nice.
All right, so that will put me in range for next turn. Actually, let's let him beat up on me a little bit here. All right.
This assault is having the worst day right now. This is like
I think he's probably going to shoot him because he's still in cover, so he's got defense, whereas Julia Stiles here does not. Yep. See that hurts a bit. Yeah, you can put your assault or your heavy. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They can fire twice. They basically have bullet storm. All right, that was lucky.
That was really lucky.
They might have killed me there. All right, so here's the fun part, and you've probably seen these in the trailers, but
is Julia Stiles about to throw down?
She is. Get Pacific Rim up in here. It's very cool. Like there are a couple of those. They don't do it for every enemy. Just the big heavy hitters, basically.
Mecha Styles has got a mean right.
That's right. All right, so now we've got these guys over here.
Oh, and now it looks like you can see a Meld canister back there.
That's right. So let's go collect that before it expires.
Yeah.
So,
looks like you have 8 turns until that happens, though.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty generous.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just get over there.
So this is what we were saying before about it, about the Meld encouraging you to be a little bit more aggressive and reach a little bit farther out on the map than you might ordinarily do, because it's got a timer on, and that timer, if I'm correct here, Dan, is running all the time, even if you don't see it.
It is.
So
yes.
if you're not aggressive about going out and finding out where it is, you might not get any Meld at all.
Oh crap!
Oh,
that's no
good.
Yeah, I got kind of cocky here. This might result in some dead soldiers.
About that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Those discs are so nasty.
They are, but if you've got a good sniper with double tap, they don't last long.
Right, or a heavy with the heat ammo.
There's my repair. Yeah, a heavy with heat ammo and bullet storm will take
bullet storm take him down pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
that was my magic way of taking them down.
That was an interesting move on that sectoid's part there. He just ran out with no cover. I don't think I've seen more bugs in this than an Enemy Unknown, and the bugs I've seen have been less severe.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like the teleporting one, I didn't get that much. Some people got it a lot, and like that can really ruin your day on an Iron Man Classic run.
Yeah.
We're playing on Classic difficulty right here, and I don't know if you just saw there was the combat rush thing. Like when he got a kill, he did that splash thing,
and that buffed
it buffs everybody around him.
What kind of buff is that? What does that do?
I believe it just gives them, let's see, combat pheromones. Yeah, it says a bonus. I
to
don't know
aim.
how much it is actually. It doesn't say that. One thing that we will cover in a little bit here. Hopefully, we'll get some at the end of this. You have medals.
Yeah, the metal mechanic is really neat. Overall, it's between the metals and the bioengineering and the mech suits basically being a whole other class. I feels like there's a whole world of kind of
You know what? We're gonna lose this Meld canister over here.
Oh god, yeah, that's gonna go down.
Sorry, you were saying?
That's okay. Yeah, it feels like there's a whole new world of customization open to you in this game. Whereas before, I think it was fine the way it was, but it was a little bit limited. I felt kind of like there was very binary choices for each of your character classes, and you never really wanted to. You fell into the habit of doing whatever was optimal. There were certain choices that just didn't feel like much of choices at all. But now I feel like there's more synergies and more different ways that you can kind of play around with the build of a soldier that maybe you'll spread out your decisions a little bit more in this one.
Yeah, and actually it did take me. I jumped right into to classic mode, but it
Nice.
took me quite a few tries to find a build order, a research order that didn't kind of screw me over, because I would there are so many options now in the beginning. Like you can research Meld, you can research the any number of little side upgrades. There's a lot more incentive to go for the Foundry now, and because you can get this tactical rigging thing, which lets everybody carry 2 items.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, which makes them dramatically more powerful. Actually, do I have that here? I don't think so. But
it just seems like
I
there's,
must have that on this one.
It just seems like there's a lot more choices that you can make, and I love that too because, like you were saying, you were having a trouble at the beginning because you felt like you weren't starting with kind of the proper build. But I like that too. I feel like it's good to have choices that you can make that are kind of wrong, and then maybe you just have to kind of live those choices out and see if you can work with them. Or
well, the mistake I made was to deprioritize armor.
Okay.
Armor is and always will be essential. You've got to have armor, otherwise those thin men are just going to one-shot you right and left.
Sure. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh,
nice. Oh.
Yeah, I think that might be because it was the nearest enemy, it got a debuff to its aim.
Oh, okay.
So that worked out all right for me. All right, so let's collect this Meld. We lost the other Meld. We can no longer collect that. So you can get that. There's plus 10 Meld, which gives you a kind of an idea. Like it cost 40 Meld to kind of create that mech, get that mech up and running.
Yeah, that gives you an idea of how expensive the mechs actually are. You know, Meld is, even when you find it, it's not like you find it in huge quantities. You don't find it like 50, 60, 70 at a time.
Right. All right, so let's. So the grenade launcher I want to show you. It's kind of neat. Well, now's not the time, I don't think. Let's take care of the elephant in the room here.
Yeah, geez.
Bam. All right, gonna probably take care of him here. Yeah, maybe not. Wait for it. Wait for it. The situation is under control
until it isn't.
And yeah, because he's stealthed, like the outsider hasn't done his thing yet. Should have done
count.
Should have done that first because he's got auto targeting, but took care of that problem. All right.
Beautimus.
So let's
Beautimus.
wait until next turn before. Oh, I shouldn't have put him on Overwatch. Hopefully he won't actually shoot them yet. That would be awkward. Oh well. I screwed up.
Whoops.
Well, these guys aren't as well. Now the Overwatch is going to come in handy. There we go.
Got him. Nice.
Shot by an invisible dude. Very predator. All right.
I love Overwatch criticals. They make me so happy.
One of the high level abilities for a mech allows you to like the first thing that shoots him or her in this case, they will get a free shot at them. So
nice.
So if something shoots them, they shoot back.
Oh God.
Oh, she's fine.
Oh, she's fine?
She's fine.
This is perfectly fine. Yeah. The situation is under control.
Ah, nice. I love reaction fire when it works. The other times I hate it. Yeah, I'm picking guys off right and left here. Come on. Yeah.
Wow, you're rolling.
With a shotgun, no less.
Getting some good rolls this turn.
Yeah, because I believe I've got tactical rigging, which means that most of these guys have both chitin armor and scope on them.
Oh, nice.
So they're both
excellent.
Extra sturdy and
good shots.
Yeah, good shots. So it's working out very well.
Wow! You don't care? You're just charging in? 5 hit points?
So let's
play games with Julia Stiles' life?
There are no games involved here because other things that take 5 hit points.
This is not a game, Thin Man.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Right, problem solved. And so if you were able to finish the mission in time, you get both canisters. Like if you finish it before it expires, or if either one of them expires, you get both of them. So that's a pretty strong incentive to finish it quickly. All right, let's take a look at medals, Vince.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so you get to earn these medals as you go, and the cool thing about them is there are multiple things they can do. For one thing, you get to rename them.
That's awesome! You have any cool names you gave them?
Well, you can call this the Ingenito medal.
That is not how you spell Ingenito, but that's
Did
fine.
I
You spelled Ingentio, but we're gonna go with it. We're running with it, Dan.
Yeah. Everyone will hate me now. All right. The Ingenito medal.
The Ingento medal. Love it.
All right. So you get to choose between 2 possible options, right?
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
So let's say want to play defensively. Every medal that you get of this type will now have this bonus.
So they'll now are the medals is that specific medal going to be awarded for the same kind of actions every time?
No. So it's a buff you put on certain soldiers. So we pick a soldier we want to put it on.
But how do you earn them? I guess is what I'm wondering. Are they just given out at random at certain intervals?
They are fairly randomly given out. I haven't been able to determine exactly how that works.
Gotcha.
So you can pin medals on somebody's chest. Let's see.
What about their face? Can I pin it on their face?
No.
No. That's
all right. And there are 4 different metal types.
That's a shame.
This one. Let's see. And so you can keep stacking them on one person.
But not on their face. I don't know. I don't know about this, Dan.
Not on. They're kind of limited as to where you can put them. You can keep stacking them on one person, but if they die, you lose them, right? So it's kind of a risk-reward thing there because you are betting that this guy will stay alive, which, given his performance on the wire, I don't know if he's going to.
So I mean, essentially, these almost function like kind of like skill points, like not the specific stats in their profile, but these are like one-time use assigned buffs that go to one person, and if they die, you lose them.
That's right, and you can distribute them across all of your guys, or you can concentrate them
stack them. Yeah,
and the risk there is if you lose that guy, you lose all of that. Like you're back to square one. All right, so now we're on a Terra map here. This map is actually it's not entirely a new map, but you may recognize it. It is a kind of redressed version of one of the existing maps.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks very familiar.
And they've done this with a few of the maps, but not all of them, obviously. But I've seen them use maps in different ways that they didn't use them before. So
these guys.
So while it's not entirely new, it is new for this purpose. Okay, let's use a flamethrower on this guy. So the flamethrower is this a nice. It's better if there are a bunch of guys behind.
Yeah, sure.
But the point is, it will cook them real good.
Yeah.
All right. So and that would have applied 9 damage to anything in that cone.
Wow, so that could be potentially devastating.
It really can.
It ignores cover as well?
It does, yes.
Nice. Wow.
So let's charge into danger all willy-nilly here because we want to show stuff quickly. But, yeah. last time I played, I got made fun of by some commenters because I wasn't playing very well. But when you're playing just to show stuff off, you're not
really going for what's optimal for one and two.
You're not making the best decision.
It is so very hard to play a game and talk about playing that game at the same time too.
And ordinarily I would stop and consider what I'm doing. But anyway, I can show you over here. Hopefully, that guy's dead. Show you. Oh, okay, that guy moved, so I couldn't show you that. But there was a little distortion effect around that guy where he was because my guy with the see-through walls ability could not see him but could detect him.
But now we've got a bigger problem.
Yeah, sectopods are kind of an issue. Like those guys are still they're tougher than mechtoids, and mechtoids are not untough. You can also get one of the cool animations using the mech attack on him. But
does it have a different animation?
It does, but the problem is the mechs. Your mech soldier will take some damage in the process because these guys explode when they die.
How do you miss something that size from that range?
Yeah. All right, Vince.
Yes, sir.
Really quick, we're going to look at some new equipment.
Awesome. Yeah, I was wondering what kind of stuff we have that's not for the non-fancy soldiers who just are on foot and pounding it out on the ground.
All right, so we've got tactical rigging enabled here, and that's something you research in the foundry. It's kind of expensive, but well worth it. So we've got some new stuff here. Ghost grenades. Those are like paint grenades that spray invisible paint on you. So a guy doesn't need ghost armor. You can just throw that at him, and he's stealth for temporarily.
That's awesome.
Flashbang grenades. I haven't gotten a lot of use out of these, honestly, but they will stun guys. Basically, it's good for if you're gonna capture something.
Or if maybe you need to cross like open ground outside of cover, and you need to kind of disrupt the enemy for a couple turns.
Well, I mean, I would maybe use that in conjunction with smoke. Smoke is still better for crossing.
It's still better
ground.
For that, right?
But yeah, that's if you want to be maybe extra safe.
Mm-hmm.
This only works with it's kind of an early game thing. The Reaper rounds. Let's see. Those only work in the early game, but they will give you a 20% bonus to critical chance against organics, but it makes it much less accurate.
Oh, okay.
And so with a shotgun, for example, unless you're right next to something, you're probably not going to hit it.
Sure, but it's cool they're adding just more variables. I think more variables in a game like this is always a good thing.
Right. So this it makes you immune to poison and strangle. Strangle is what the Seekers do. So hopefully we'll get to see a Seeker here in a bit. But they are pretty nasty. Like especially when they catch somebody by himself, they can get you. So you've got some additional options here. Oh, and there's a needle grenade. I guess I got it on somebody here. Yeah, here we go.
Is Katniss a sniper?
She is not. She's assault.
That's very disappointing.
Yeah. All right. So over here you got the needle grenade. That allows. Where is it? Well, anyway, it allows you to. It's a very big radius, but it doesn't hit enemies that are in cover. So if you throw it behind them, you can get them if they're in cover.
Gotcha. So the placement is key.
Right. So it's much more situational. It's good for like floaters, for example, because they're spread out, but they're often flying. It's not so good for fighting sectoids because they take cover.
Do needle grenades will they degrade cover? Do they blow up things?
No, they do not.
Okay.
So that's another thing it's good for is if you don't want to destroy the cover. All right, let's take a look at something else.
Awesome.
All right, we're showing off a new map here real quick.
Awesome. Yeah, we haven't seen one of these yet.
Yeah, and like the first time I played, like the first 4 or 5 maps I got were completely new. But all of a sudden, it's giving us like some rehashes.
The game knows the internet is watching.
It does. But Vince, you've played a little bit, right?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen any new maps when you were playing?
No. Actually, all the ones I've seen so far were like kind of the basic starting ones.
Well, anyway, this one is kind of like an homage to the original XCOM UFO Defense, in that it is on a farm.
Sick.
I don't know if you played much of the original.
No, I did play a decent amount of it. And also, when they showed some of the earliest footage of this one, it was on a farm. There was the
concept trailer.
Yeah, the concept trailer, exactly. So that's actually really cool.
Yeah. So this one, you've got a UFO crash that is not out in the woods, which thank God, because I was starting to think they never ever would crash anywhere else. And that got a bit monotonous in Enemy Unknown.
Yeah, it was like, are they just...
Well, it's very nice. These aliens are just too considerate. They're steering away from any populated area. All right, so here we got Meld that we spotted right away, and we can get to without aliens harassing us. So
yeah, it's an easy grab.
For that. But yeah, that's. Let's see if we can show a little bit more of this map without getting too far into it. Let's see. Yeah, so you've got just a little bit more variety in here, which is a really good thing for XCOM.
And it looks like we've also got visual on the other canister. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, Dan, but if you eliminate all enemies on the map before a Meld canister expires, you get it as well.
That's right.
Cool.
So if it's a map that only has like 4 or 6 sectoids on it or something, it's really easy to just go straight for the kills. And
just mop them up and take everything.
Yeah, so you don't even need to go for the Meld canisters if you don't want to. But it does get very, very rare later on, or just precious because things are so expensive. Like that stealth skin, mimetic skin, is like it's like 35 Meld to activate on one of your soldiers. And so that's like a couple of missions worth right there. I'm just gonna kill these guys and then we out. So, there's one other thing I want to talk about.
Sure.
Oh, come on.
Oh, seriously?
And I'm not going to show it because I don't want to spoil it. There is a base defense mission.
What?
The aliens attack your base.
What?
Which we showed in Rewind Theater that you can find on IGN. We showed the cutscene leading up to that. I don't want to show it because it's kind of a scripted mission. It's pretty cool. But I feel like it's going to get kind of old if you do it multiple times. So just know that it's in there, and it's a similar event to some of the alien base attack kind of thing. It takes place in the XCOM base, in like the globe room, which it's pretty cool.
It's really cool because this is something that happened in the old games that people were kind of disappointed that they didn't see in Enemy Unknown. So I think it's great they worked it in.
Oh, I forgot to actually get the Meld. Yeah, it's great. It's not quite like the original, and because the original one, if you lost if you lose that base, right?
Right.
In this one, you can't lose because it's only your only base. So if you lose the whole game. That's an opportunity you have to lose the whole game. There are now 2 of those. If you between this and the final mission, where if you're playing Iron Man, for example, you're done at that point. So
that's cool. More different kinds of failure states and more ways that your campaign can come to an end, I think, is really neat.
It is, and it's high stakes. All right, so that's about all we have time for showing right now. But thank you guys for joining us for XCOM Enemy Within. We've got we will have the review coming up on November 12th.
Excellent.
11, 12, 13. Just in time for the next gen console rush. But this is what has been one of my most anticipated games of the year.
Me too, and I can't wait to dig into it more. I'm so excited.
I got that 200 plus hours we were talking about. That was just on Enemy Unknown. This I think is a good, much needed shot in the arm. And I'm still disappointed there are no significant mods for XCOM, because that would have kept it going a lot longer, a lot better. But this is that all at once. There's just a ton of stuff in here. Yeah. So many more options in the beginning, different ways to approach these maps. And I urge you to go and watch my my playthrough of an Exalt covert op against the human collaborators.
Yeah, that's a whole other element of the game that we haven't gotten a chance to take a look at, but that also offers some new experiences. Overall, it seems like they've expanded every single part of the experience here. Almost
not every single. I mean, like air combat is exactly the same. That's completely unchanged. But anyway, for more on XCOM Enemy Within, be sure to check back on IGN.com, and we will keep you updated.